Long before memory turned to dust, in the ancient Kingdom of Zamora, there ruled a king whose crown weighed heavier than iron. King Zubairu the Mighty was feared in battle, respected in council, and adored by his people. His kingdom prospered. Fertile lands, flowing rivers, busy markets, and warriors whose shields had never known defeat. Yet, behind palace walls, the king carried a sorrow deeper than any wound. He had no child. Years ago, when he first ascended the throne, his palace was filled with laughter, music, and celebration. 12 queens shared his royal home, each chosen from noble bloodlines across neighboring kingdoms. But seasons passed. 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. No cry of a child echoed in the palace halls. Whispers began. The first queen left quietly under the cover of dawn. Then another, and another, until 12 became 9. 9 became 6, and 6 became 2. Each woman returned to her homeland in shame, carrying nothing but broken hopes and silent tears. At last, only one queen remained, Queen Samira, a proud princess from the distant kingdom of Ravana. She was beautiful, intelligent, and graceful, but beneath her royal composure lived a fierce fear. She could never return home childless. To fail in motherhood was to lose honor, power, and identity. So she stayed, and slowly she became the only queen of Zamora. With no rivals in the palace, Queen Samira now controlled everything. Servants obeyed her without question. Courtiers bowed deeper. Ministers sought her approval. She walked the palace like a woman already crowned empress. Yet, power could not silence her fear. Every month, she waited, prayed, hoped. Nothing. She consulted herbalists, spiritual healers, midwives, and diviners. She swallowed bitter roots, drank sacred potions, and performed midnight rituals beneath the moon. Still, her womb remained silent. The palace changed. Where once songs filled the courtyards, silence now lingered. Where laughter echoed, worry settled like dust. In the marketplace, villagers whispered, "A king without an heir is a kingdom without tomorrow." Chiefs exchanged uneasy glances. Even the king grew withdrawn. His throne was strong, but his lineage was weak. In the same kingdom lived a young girl named Lamia. She was gentle, kind, and soft-spoken, with eyes that shimmered like moonlight on water. But her life was far from peaceful. Her elder brother, Karim, was a bitter and impatient man. He had arranged for Lamia to marry an old, wealthy merchant, a man old enough to be her grandfather. Lamia refused. She wanted love, not chains. Furious, Karim called her useless and cursed her stubborn heart. One day, driven by anger and desperation, he made a shocking decision. He took Lamia to the palace and presented her to the king as a gift. King Zubairu was surprised, but when he looked into Lamia's gentle eyes, he saw innocence, humility, and something else: destiny. And so the palace welcomed a second queen, Queen Lamia. Months passed, still no child. One moonless night, King Zubairu visited the kingdom's ancient spiritual elder, Babatunde, a man believed to speak with spirits older than the kingdom itself. The old man listened carefully, then closed his eyes in deep meditation. After a long silence, he spoke. "The spirits have spoken. One of your queens will soon carry life." The king's heart filled with hope for the first time in years. But someone else had heard everything. Behind the woven raffia curtain, Queen Zamora. Her heart pounded like thunder. If the prophecy came true, who would bear the child? Fear tightened around her like chains. She believed she must be the one, not Lamia. Never Lamia. From that day, Queen Zamora changed. Her smile towards Lamia became cold. She sent her on meaningless errands. She insulted her over small mistakes. She watched her constantly, waiting, measuring, comparing. Then, one morning, Lamia fell sick. She vomited repeatedly. Queen Zamora noticed and instantly changed her behavior. She pretended to care. She secretly summoned the palace physician. The truth emerged. Lamia was pregnant. Queen Zamora's heart shattered, but her face smiled. She congratulated Lamia warmly, while darkness brewed inside her soul. That night, Queen Zamora visited a feared native physician in secret. She told her everything, her fear, her shame, her desperation. She begged him to destroy Lamia's unborn child. But after deep rituals, the physician warned, "The child is protected by destiny. Any harm will return to you." Zamora trembled, but she refused to surrender. So they devised another plan, a dangerous one. She would fake her own pregnancy, and when Lamia gave birth, she would take the child. Queen Zamora began her deception. She tied cloth and calabash around her waist to form a growing belly. She studied pregnant women, their walk, their pain, their cravings. She practiced everything. She touched Lamia's stomach daily, pretending concern, but secretly copying her symptoms. Soon, the palace celebrated. 2 queens were pregnant. King Zubairu rejoiced beyond words. Hope filled the kingdom. But beneath joy, deception waited. The night of destiny arrived. Lamia went into labor first. The palace erupted in chaos. Women ran, water boiled, prayers filled the air. After hours of struggle, a cry pierced the night. A baby boy, the kingdom's future. But before joy settled, Queen Zamora also announced she was in labor. Her chamber was sealed. Only the physician and her loyal maid remained inside. While Lamia slept from exhaustion, the maid stole her newborn child and placed him beside Zamora. When dawn came, the palace celebrated 2 births, but Lamia awoke to horror. Her baby was gone. Chaos spread. Both queens claimed the child. The king stood torn. Who spoke truth? So he summoned the ancient priest of Aroli Shrine. The priest prepared a sacred test, a bitter spiritual mixture. Only the true mother can feed this child. From her hand alone, the baby will drink. 7 days later, the courtyard fell silent. Queen Zamora stepped forward first. She forced a smile, fed the child, but the baby turned away, crying. Then Lamia stepped forward. Her hands trembled with love. She lifted the cup. The baby drank. Silence. Then gasps. Truth had spoken. King Zubairu's face darkened with sorrow. "Zamora, you deceived your king, your people, and destiny itself." She fell to her knees, begged, cried, but judgment had come. She was banished from the palace forever, and as she was escorted away, silence followed. Lamia held her child close, Tears of relief fell gently. At last, the kingdom had an heir. The throne was no longer empty. From that day, mothers across Zamora told their children the story of the Calabash of Deception, a reminder: truth may hide, but it never dies.